I'm Lorelei Salas, the Commissioner of the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection, and I want to introduce you now to a few people who have a lot of great things to say about our agency.
New York City's Department of Consumer Affairs is always running on all cylinders, and it has forever, for 50 years now, half a century.
It was a real honor to serve as DCA Commissioner, particularly at that particular point in time where we were launching the paid sick leave law.
This agency brings so many different tools to protecting consumers in the marketplace: enforcement, education, mediation, communications. Even enforcement has its own multiple approaches to exercising power. Litigation, this array of powers that the agency possesses is just a very powerful tool. New Yorkers are really lucky to have it.
The thing that surprised me the most about DCA was people knew of it as the consumer advocate, and all the regulatory piece was new to me when I arrived.
We were at 80 Lafayette Street, across from the Civil Court, next to the Family Court building. It was the ground floor and the second, third, and fourth floor. And we had, it was a big sign that said Department of Consumer Affairs. And I'll never forget, it was kind of dangerous days, and someone broke the window, and so it used to say Department of, and the rest of it was broken, and it said Consumer. So for half of the time I was there, we never got the lettering put back down, so it said Department of Consumer.
When I was commissioner, it was an interesting time. There was actually talk about whether or not the agency should be abolished. So there was a great deal of anxiety, I believe, at the start of my tenure at the agency. And we were able to turn that around and show the effective nature of the agency and the role that it played in the city.
I think one of the biggest surprises when I got there was how vast the opportunities were. I didn't realize we could look at home heating oil and make a difference and have a material impact. I didn't realize that we could hold hearings. So, you know, the expansion and what you can do given consumer protection law is much larger than I had anticipated.
I remember when I started, two things. One, I was giddy with excitement at a large staff with subpoena power, because while I had some knowledge of consumer law, I had worked with public interest lawyer Ralph Nader, where we had a voice but not authority. And second, people would say to me, I would say, "Hi, I'm Mark Green, Consumer Affairs Commissioner." They would go, "I thought that was Bess Meyerson."
It was a group of young people who cared about protecting consumers. And we all came from all kinds of different places, and we gelled together, and we felt we had a mission.
What really struck me when I was at DCA is the enormous impact that the agency has on every single New Yorker.
What surprised me most about the agency was the amount of work that it did with respect to consumer protection, business licensing, weights and measures, other inspections, with such a relatively small group of employees.
The great thing about that agency is New York City never runs out of scams. So there's always a new twist and new scam. So there's always something new to look at. And because the people are so smart and interesting, they're always open to looking at these new problems in a different way.
Being commissioner of this agency was, the honor of my life. It was the greatest job I've ever had. And I think that one of the most exciting accomplishments that we achieved over the course of our administration is to really add the concept of municipal financial empowerment to the array of what consumer protection meant.
3, 2, 1. You don't want to hear me sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy 50th. I'm here because I'm so proud then and now that I was a Consumer Affairs Commissioner. And I love honoring anybody, anything younger than I am.
Happy birthday, DCA, both to the old-timers and the newcomers.
Happy, happy birthday, Consumer Affairs.
Happy anniversary, DCA. I can't believe you're 50 years old. You look incredibly young.
Happy 50th birthday.
Happy 50th anniversary, Department of Consumer Affairs.
Happy birthday, Consumer Affairs.
Happy birthday, Department of Consumer Affairs, 50 years. I know it's got a new name now, but for me it'll always be the Department of Consumer Affairs.
Happy birthday, DCWP. I hope that the next 50 years bring a lot of great things to you and to all New Yorkers.